Hi, Vampatso, you are there? You are okay?
Yes, I'm okay, thank you. Just waiting patiently here, just buzzing with a lot of issues in my head.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
These people, number was it Masaiba, whatever. Okay, can you join? Let me add you. I've sent you an now akuna kulala but mwebena Zambia takuli kulala na lukaba muchalo na lukaba Mukwai
apana tufa program apamasha ti abana ndira ti ichitumbi chawa former president weswati nachonaika
atichala ona ikamlandu wanshiteire ipita nomba nendera ndati ni propaganda because unless we get the official letter from the mortuary, from twin whatever mortuary, batupere nkalatairi. That's one. Number two, muntu wonsenga afo mubiri kuonaika. So do we care? It's not that muntu nga afwa arabwera to life. No. When you die, your body is supposed to decompose. That's two. Three, quite about what they call embalming. When they embalm a body, it can even say for decades. Even in our traditional cultures, varechta embalm imibiri using traditional herbs. Bodies were embalmed and the body stayed for a long time without decomposing. So this is again another disrespect. Huh? Amaruma ya munguru mumoni ama pages ya post fifini for today land. It's like these people, they are saying they want to bury ECL with dignity and respect. So now they bring on this stupid rumor, which is utter nonsense because there is what they call embalming a body. And the body of a president, they have to embalm it with them. Ninkamona. Fisera. Comedy ukokwine, we are tired of comedy. Pali upya kusekisha.
Ngawashupa sana.
Ni indefinite. Apapa kuti balande ati indefinite. So na family na veshi befya kuchita. If you balelanda, they are just trying to distract us. Remember my KB Zulu said, Lungu will be buried in Zambia at the right time. So the body was prepared.
Yes.
The body has already been prepared. The embalming that they did on that body, they were ready for this, okay? Dasin, I know you're at work, so I'll give you the floor. But Dasin, when you are ready, go ahead, because ninji shivachi munikunchit. Yes, in Nigeria, they bury after 6 months. Number 2 months, if you have to move it, wala onaika. Balefa tukani okulanda palia uyu mwana wawa nani kani uyu mada suspect uyo. Balefa okushimeria shia kwa mada suspect. Naba mufunya mo milandu bonsi abantu baba kaka. So balefa okufunya nomba focus okufunya kuliashi. Ba mwangalaza lomis mwale you were threatening Zambians who wala mikaka pa kufade fitenge fya ba PF. You were threatening abana ba Zambia ukufale fitenge fya ba PF nomba mwana wenu lali mu manda case lemu. Landeni po ba mwangalaza lomis. Lesefyo aba ulepingira abana baba nobyo kubakaka lero mwana wo byali mu case ya kuipayo omuntu. What happened to Mumbipiri? Banga abantu obo bakwe, that is the law. If you are found on a murder scene, to stop that person from being murdered, you are an accomplice and you must be jointly charged. The fact that bamufunyamo oyu mwana bamwangala mulya muyashi selective justice ine tulelanda. God is revealing these people one by one. Their evil intention and the selective justice is being exposed. Mufunye muleke nefya kulanda omubiri wolo onaike, so what? Umubiri ufire waonaika kabiri na ufwa. Nomba abo balifwa kale tien tulande Ifilechitika. Bamwangalaza lomisi mwale chita mwale mwapanga chi spray statement. Also karafale chitenge tukamukaka. Umwana wenu ali mu murder case muleti poshani mwale pingira abana baba nenu.
Bamukaki kabiri.
Na bamufunyamo mulyashi. At it was mob justice. Ba ipike fya kuipika.
Era nangu bamufumyemo mulyashi ino ye. Besho be ero bakama mu government. Bakakakwa.
Firafine bale konka abana babalungu n'abana bena tarisasira dariso watepa na bena mwamona lesefyo abalesa wa mulinganya. God is a God of justice. Tabalafumana mupawa abana babo bambo kupanga emirandu because baleshengeresha abana bakwalungu. Look at what is happening. Mwamona Ifilechitika papene lesa alikuwa te mingalato. God is the creator of mingalato. Lesa alikuwa te mingalato kuchire mingalato esho bakwata abantu babayi mufati mingalato. Mwashimone mingalato shakwa lesefo shabasebanya. No, but the law is after the daughter of ECZ chair and after the son of the president. Because if you have training ZNS, ni fraud. Go ahead, Badassen. Yes, but Dennis Valandat, the body cannot get damaged. All of them pass on and you can go ahead.
Hello, good evening once again.
Good evening, good evening.
Hi.
Yes.
It's true. You know, for quite a number of issues, as I was saying, it's really unfortunate with the happenings in Muchalo Cheso. I think I'll start first of all by just saying it was good that the lawyer that was finally hired managed to just do justice to the case and just to have it go sine die. The only thing that we always hear it when it's in Parliament, that we are now able to hear it, and now even people who had no idea what it meant, now are able to know. So I think that was a good one. But then I'll touch on the ZNS recruitment. First of all, there's no problem with the president's son going for ZNS. The problem that is there is the president is on record.
Okay, thank you.
Say
Just
what?
a moment, let me just do something.
Okay.
Sorry. it's what I would say today, and then I just, because I'm still punched, but what I would say today is we need to twikatale pamo tuwombere pamo, because the government here, there's nothing that they will do that will make us not change our mind. And then balechitefi into but we should not allow that to happen. And look at the ZNS thing. Like, it's a mockery, like even the statement Balo Amenga made at Tufia. And then if you look at the ZNS thing, Uliomwana, I inkile inchitopa a fake name, and then Mulefa like Ballet to Angasha. And then we are not going to allow that to be happening. Let's just continue to unite. And then what I've noticed is like our bantu, messages. You're putting our family at risk. This is something that I've noticed.
So lock your profile, Mount Fabadassen. Make your profile private and then change your name. Okay, and take out your photo. Vika Kofiaka Dolly or somebody else.
All right. So
Yeah.
then I'll continue following your program, but like to Wombeko, but working film and everyone else not to quite Tina. Let's work pamo. Let's work together as a country pamo. Thank you.
Thank you, Badassen. Yeah, so these people. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So these people, this government, they want to legalize criminality. When criminality is affecting one of them, they find a legal way to exonerate or protect one of them. And nachibapali JJ Banda nachumfobu biyo kwa lela ndatawe lo muzambia nombaileko nkafie imitundu shimo nga waluwa mtundu umo then you will receive a justice. Elo bambi ba mitundu shimbi takuli justice for you. You are on your own. In fact, ngolef makumutundu umbi umulandu wala kupilibukira. Mwamona Ifilechitika mu Zambia, it is a shame because our president besu balilanda pali rule of law. Baishile nokulalanda tiyo rule of law. Nomba rule of law yakuchita feve mitundu shimo. Shimbi mitundu shiri under fire. Imitundu shimbi shiri under fire takuli kukola.
Yes, so I'll continue now.
Continue, go ahead.
So I was saying, over the ZNS recruitment, I think personally I would say there's nothing wrong with the president's son going to ZNS recruitment if it was done in a genuine manner. However, the president himself is on record having issued a statement to say, my children will never go into civil service. They will never be employed as civil servants because they are privileged children. Because I'm a president, obviously, who means well for the country. Then coming to see the same president sending the son, it brings a lot of question marks. Then, as if that's not enough, he went there quietly. Upon having their pass-out parade, his own people come and issue a statement that the son was amongst the people who are having that pass-out parade. Later on, it comes to the attention of all of us to say this person actually went there with a different name. Then you question, where is your integrity? Then where is this man of action or whatever he says he is, You question that. And was that press briefing necessary by a fellow person who was having a pass-out parade? So all those justifications, I think for me, that's where the problem is. It means there's something somewhere which people do not want people to know. Because if you are continuously justifying something you've done, then there should be something that you've done dubiously. And this is something that all of us, I think, should look at and start rethinking, are we in the right hands? Because if there will be 4 or 5 people talking, each one is talking, that one talks this one says that, then it brings a lot of confusion. The murder case of Maria or for this Enoch, I think some of us watched that video. I think that video is still painful to watch. I wouldn't imagine I know people have justified to say criminals, maybe someone has never stolen from you, but that boy was even begging to be untied, to be tied on another space.
He's a George Floyd of Zambia. If you ever pay George Floyd,
Exactly. So when you think about it, I think this is where we are saying what has remained of our justice system. What is there? We know that we have these 3 arms of government, but there's another arm, independent arm, that wants to control all the 3 arms of government. And however, it's working with the law of association. If you are associated with certain people, certain powers, then you are untouchable. Because my expectation could be that thing was being filmed. This boy was being intimidated. This boy was tied up, to mention a name that this boy could not come up with, so that you try and bring in somebody who is not there. Because all of us, I think, who watched it, going to attest. It was saying in Nyanja, whose voice is that? People are watching. Then you say that boy was tortured when somebody wasn't there.
When he was outnumbered, how can you torture somebody alone? You are a gang. So just there, the fact
Yes.
that the boy was alone and then he was outnumbered, that means that boy is a victim. Because
Yes,
all
so
those people, they were surrounding one person and killed him. I have like 300 people watching on Facebook. So I just want to take this moment to I'll give you the chance, Lampaso, before the people disappear. There are 300 people on Facebook. So thank you, our audience, for joining. Share this video and follow Queen Pumi on YouTube to watch all the Miss videos. But we are here to talk because we have been live. I came live earlier and I said I'll be coming live before EMV, and after EMV I'll resume. So this is why I am here. But we were watching both the EMV was live and JJ was live. And while we are watching these two pages, there is a post which has just created some from nowhere. On these M23 pages, there is a post saying that the mortuary where ECL's body is being held will decompose. And this is the exact propaganda of UPND. This is how they operate. When there is a story where they need to defend themselves or do the right thing, they always bring up another story to kill the story. So this story for me, it is beans, the story about the body, ni beans, unless I see that letter from that mortuary. And this is a confidential matter. A mortuary or the people who circulated this letter to the family cannot release it to the public. So this is how you know ni beans, because these letters, they are confidential. A letter regarding the remains of a person is confidential. So how did these news people get this information? It is beans. And the other reason why it is beans is because bodies are embalmed even to last for years or decades. So they can't tell us to say after only 2 months, the body is decomposed. Even if it decomposes, so what? So what? So what? We are here to tell you by UPND and whoever is doing this propaganda about the body, you want to distract us from one, this daughter of Mangala Zalomis, whom you have excluded from a murder charge. All the other people have been picked up, but she was among them. You have deliberately excluded her. Look at what you did to Mumbipiri. Look at what you did to Mumbipiri. Nabaniwa Nixon Chilagwanavena, he's in for the same reason. This is the selective justice we are always talking about. We are here to, God is exposing you, Lesani Mariotola. Bahaka in the everyday, vale imina pa podium, rule of law. Is this rule of law subjecting your certain people to justice? Elobambi, they are being exonerated, legally exempt from criminal, from being going through whatever. You are legally exempting people from being prosecuted for their crimes. Uyu mwana wa Mwangala Zalomisa twakatale twakulalanda pofi. Elo ine wa Mwangala Zalomisi chali nkalipedilya bapangireka statement atinga mafwale fitenge fyenu iti ama political party ashiri pa ballot tukalami kaka. Ba Mwangala Zalomisi mwamona Teresa ni Mariotora. Mwarishire pa online kupanga press statement no kulapingira bena Zambia chimukalapi bena Zambia mukalaba kakapa kufwale chitenge. Ichitenge fye. Nombo mwana wenu lelo alimumada scandal. Oko alikulia. She was among the gang that beat up an innocent boy to death. And because you are in the corridors of power, you have found a way to exonerate your daughter when you were threatening Zambians over Ichitenge with arrest. Chien tumone number chien. Aleni number. Exercise the rule of law. Otherwise, this law will come after your own children. The way you are going after the children of ECL, your children have started ukupange mirandu. abana benu balepanga emirandu against the laws of the land, not only the laws of Zambia, anywhere in the world. Nga nikufyalo fimbinga naba musenda ulya wino mwana wa bamwangala. Ero nga tabamusendere nga kuli riot abantu nga nabema to demand justice. But ama Zambians twaliba civilized twalitekanya. Zambian twalitekanya tatwaba violence. Nga nifyalo fimbinga kuli akantu kuli uli omwana wa bamwangala fide bamuchita exonerate nga kuli akantu. But ama Zambians twalitekanya. And we thank God for that. But don't take our quietness for foolishness. Justice will prevail. Not if, the law of Zambia. Right now, because they're in the corridors of power, they're able to protect their children. But we are here to say, the laws of Zambia will also follow their children when the time comes. One, Uliyamwana Mwangala, law ikamkonka. Fiafine law ya konkere Mumbi, even if they had evidence, she had nothing to do with it. But the fact that Mumbi Piri was in the at 100 meters, upon 50 meters within the crime scene, she was taken. So naimwebene uyumwana waba mwangalaza Romis is a matter of time. The day fiafine bale pingira na baba nabo lesa balanga. Because baba mwangalaza Romis bali patoru fiengo sana. Kuria ku ECZ, we have been crying. This woman need to be taken out of ECZ. She's a pure cadre. She's not going to run free and fair elections. Mama. So nombalesa tulango kwebati. This woman cannot allow the law to follow her daughter. How can she allow free and fair elections? She won't. Mwangala Zalomis should be out of ECZ like yesterday. Because she will not manage a free and fair election. The same way she has failed to let the police arrest her daughter for being on a murder scene, but she was quick to warn Zambians, So, Bamwangala Zalomis, deal with that. And the law will come after your daughter. So, idiash, tuafumako kudia shiria Bamwangala Zalomis. Tuwaisa kudia shiria uyumwana waba president. Na, maria shiria bidia ya repitana mumushi. Ayamadi Ashiari very important because Bamwangala Zalomis is in the corridors of power. And the president, wale ponta, inchitosham civil service, shaimomwe balanda, my children are privileged, they don't need a job in the service. Then why the heck did you take your son under a fake name to recruit in ZNS? Why did the president enroll his son into ZNS after bragging to say, my children don't need a job in the civil service because they are privileged. Today, the son is a commissioner. We have all the stories that are going around. He was a volunteer. Awe bambati no, he's a commissioner. Bambiati ranki lipamulwapa. Kwa banama fake name. He's a criminal. Using a fraudulent ID is a crime. So naeno yumwana waba HH, the law will follow him for identity theft, identity crime. Did he steal the NRC that he used? Where did he get the name from? Where he used? The credentials, grade 12 certificate you have on Peshe, Pakistan Rocks ZNS. Did you go and print them Kumatero? Where did he get the credentials he used to enroll in ZNS? Those are criminal acts. People are just being arrested for saying, I hate this tribe. They are thrown in. And these people, one is found on a murder scene, and the other person is using fake credentials. They should walk scot-free. Ero nombadi yedia shinari kaba muambo kulete ama beans. Mandongo. We don't care about ECL. He's gone. And I'm sure the mortician who handled his body did the right thing to embalm his body even for 20, 40 years. Okay? So don't bring these beans of the body. When we have matters of where one of you guys is big machines in government is involved in a murder scandal and you're trying to cover it up for her. Other people have been taken in, and then this woman, because she's a daughter of one of you, you are trying to exempt her from paying the price of her crimes. It doesn't work like that. Even if you get away with it, Bena Zambia isukeni amenso. Kuya, UPND government must go. If they don't go, all of you from a certain region, mukaita fe nangumwakola jail. Bakala mixtafe set up to have ule monati munowe. If into Ifilechitika, wasanga iwati baisakusenda. We need a government of unity. We need a government of inclusivity. We need a government that is going to look above the tribes and just see Zambians as a people. This is the government that we need. We can't have a government that is eliminating opposition systematically. Look at what happened to Kasonde Mwenda today. Look at what happened to Kasonde Mwenda. Anyone who wants to be on the ballot is being eliminated. When HH himself, he had a case. And through ECL's good heart, HH's case was dropped. And he was later on the ballot and even became president. So, if HH is a beneficiary of an act of kindness, of an act of democracy, HH benefited an act of kindness and democracy from ECL. He was on the ballot and even made it to be president. Why is he stopping our Lumendo Fiabare's dream? Who have his dream like his dream? Why is he killing dreams of young people? Because this means that Kasonde Mwenda will never be on the ballot in Zambia. Why? Ask yourselves why. If you're a young person, ask yourself you could be Kasonde Mwenda to do today. Umungulu is a grown man coming to write stupid things on a woman's page. Start your own page and broadcast your ideas. Don't bring your Mungulu to me. Okay? Now, we are saying, if you are young, if you're a young man, put yourself in Kasonde's shoes. Kasonde, they have done a number on Kasonde. Kasonde has always dreamt to lead this country. Kasonde is one of the few people who have been offering checks and balances, proper credible checks and balances. Kasonde has been offering proper checks and balances 4 years throughout, even before the UPND government. Kasonde Mwenda is a young man who was giving proper checks and balances. But today, because this government and the president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, do not want, I am not bored. This is what I do. I'm a content creator and I make money doing this. If you don't know Naimwebene, if you can talk, me, I like talking. I'm a teacher. So if you have a passion to talk, start a page. Monetize your page and get paid. So some of you are ignorant. We are making money here. We are killing two birds with one stone. That's what we do when we come on social media. Okay? Let me educate you. I see my daughter there making comment here. So they can't sambilishe. So iwe mukashana iwe. If you have a passion, start a page. So you're in a page, you're wenga wayamba. Once it's monetized, you start making money. Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube will pay you. Even me, I make money. I kill two birds with one stone. You know, I'm a content creator. I talk about things I'm passionate about. At the same time, I make money. So there you go. We are not wasting time here. We are working. Ninchitwe. Okay? This is a job. I'm not here for free because I am paid. Facebook iram fodesha, YouTube iram fodesha, na TikTok iram fodesha. So we are here. It is my passion, but thank God, out of my passion, nde foderapo. Okay? Now, point is, Valumendo, Kasonde Mwenda's dream has been killed. Why? Because we have a government that is a dictatorship. They want to choose stooges to be on the ballot in 2026. Just know that on say, let campaign freely, oloile imina freely without the interference of UPND. Just know that ni stooge waba MPN, ya waba UPND. This is my opinion, I can say it. Anybody who is a threat, they find a way of eliminating you to be on that ballot. And which is really sad. My heart bleeds today for Kasonde Mwenda because many years he has been in the political front and he had a dream to become a president. But they have killed this dream by slapping with a criminal case. So which means Kasonde Mwenda will never be on the ballot again. Rampa, so I end here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are Facebook. You can listen in. We have a panel on a TikTok too. So the panel on TikTok, you can go ahead, Rampa. So I interrupted you because I wanted to address the audience on Facebook. Thank you.
No, thank you so much. It's okay. So it's sad now that you bring me anyway. Kasonde Mwenda was on one of the things I was going to talk about, but I will continue with the murder case. We're talking about the justice system that we have in Zambia. I think it leaves so much to be desired. The arms of government that are compromised because they are no longer independent, but they are being controlled by another arm, which obviously every one of us has an idea of where it is coming from, which is a shame. When we talk about the same murder case again, there were contradicting statements. I think the first one, after the video leaked, I think through one of the Zambian men that talked about that first of all, then the video leaked. The police actually issued a statement to say somebody had acid and they wanted to actually harm Maria Zalomes. This person had, whilst they apprehended them and took them to the police and later on died. The second statement came out to say after verification, no, there was a mob that attacked this Enoch guy. So already we can see that these contradictions that are coming, I think for me, it's not an accident. I think it's because the police, just like any other, most of the citizens now in our country, are also living in fear of being chased from their jobs. These guys have been, I think they are also strangled, I think, to the core. It's like it's survival of the fittest. So every time somebody wants to do, even to become professional, they can't do it because they have these hidden arms that are twisting them. And it's a shame to have professionals. This is something that I think everyone complained about in the previous regime, to say professionalism had died, but now we can see it and it's done in a very discreet manner, which is really, really a shame, which can be seen. And looking at the contradiction again, it takes me back to Why Me? It was the same story. The full MP or minister went to a floor of parliament and said they had no report of Why Me being in their custody. The spokesperson for the police, which I suspect is because of these same pressures that are coming from the political scene, and obviously they are being told what to say or else you lose your job. And once you lose your job, what do you do with the hardships that we are going through in our country? So again, the police spokesperson says they had not apprehended any person with the name of this Why Me. They had no known whereabouts, even when the rumors were very, very loud. What do we see? 2 months later, this boy appears from nowhere and you televise the case so that you tell people, when did you catch him? So this tells us there's a lot of things that people are trying to do them in a more trying to be smart. However, everything, if you're fuma, like then you ask yourself, Nishiashani, where people do not even have things they can keep, within themselves. It's the same with the Kasonde Mwenda's case now. It's sad that the man actually, it's like it's a dream cut short. Mm-hmm. Imagine you've been building a political career. For those who are very keen into the political scene, those who are strong enough to be politicians, I think it's not an easy thing to build a reputation, to build a name that man could have built. Can people fight? Can people be objective than just trying to find every person with a case? I think no wonder why it's very difficult. Look at Binwa Mpondo, because he became a bit vocal now. There's seditious roaming around him. And we know it's just a matter of time. that thing will be done. It's like almost all the opposition. That's why I wonder when all of us are saying who is going to be the next, there's no opposition in Zambia. We can see there's no the political space is quite choking. The political space in Zambia is shrinking by the day. However, some of us have decided to be myopic. Some of us have decided just to put a blind eye to it, or maybe a deaf ear to it, you know, not to like really see what's happening and hear what's happening. It's like someone, like, I've got someone who continuously tells me this, like, who was that, throughout, because and that's how some of us have been, where you are told, look at all these things that are happening. And it's like everything just comes up. All those conversations are leaking, all these screenshots are leaking, audios are leaking. Can't we just see that there should be something wrong somewhere? But above all, I think it takes up you and myself to register as voters. Let's sensitize everyone to go and vote. I think that's the only way we are going to do, because the political space is actually very shrinking. And it's very, I don't even know, it's very sad now, because next time, as you put it, because respiratory infections and the government can't afford to treat all of you, so they have barricaded. Because that's where we are going now. Because every person who says something, except those who are very close, Maria Zolomis as an example, because we'll refer to this person because there's something very active that is happening. So I think it's up to every well-meaning Zambian citizen to continue talking about things that are affecting us without having a biasness of certain associations, because I associate with Queen Pumi. So whatever Queen Pumi says, whether I should say, but if we know even when the evidence is very clear. We need, yes, and then the minister comes through, makes this pronouncement about tracking down JJ Banda. Why are you tracking down JJ Banda when you at one point actually came to the media and told us you had JJ Banda within you, you had caught JJ Banda, and then he slipped off you today? You want to bring out JJ Banda? Can you talk about the crime? Yeah, with murderers around you and you can't say anything, but you want to follow JJ Banda and then you crack him down? I think for me that doesn't make sense from the minister. I think these are the leaders that we have that we need to really look at and say, I think we don't
get rid of them.
I think that's what we need to do, because there are more. I think JJ Banda, wherever he is, JJ Banda, if he's here listening or wherever, whoever can tell him, I think let him just stay wherever he's gone. He went through torture. He mentioned the people who were behind him. The minister has never done anything.
And then now you want to go and arrest him for mentioning his abductors.
That case that he was fined, which he paid.
Yeah.
So why are you going to start it? It only takes some of us, because some of us, I think as citizens, we are being very gullible. We want to accept everything that we hear. And some of us, I think, are agreeing with things or supporting things with an ignorant kind of atmosphere. Just a few weeks ago, I was trying to tell someone, oh, this is what happened in the Mongo saga. And she says, oh, is that what happened? And these are staunch people that are supporting things without having a knowledge.
They lie to them. They believe in lies.
Yes, I think let's take interest. If you want to support something, take interest to know a little bit more further. I think when you talk from an informed kind of view, it helps out. It's really heartening now. Even when I find because of your 50 pin. 50 pin
only certain people should have money, other people should not. If you have wealth, you have to explain your wealth. But they don't have to explain where they are getting their money from.
Yes, 50 pin. Imagine 50 pin ya lunch this time in Zambia. Need 50 pin. Why bank is this your money? Where do you work, madam? What's your source of income, madam? Match 5
but never million in that too. Yes, JJ Banda was just saying.
I think these are some of the things that we need to talk about.
No, I think Vampaso, upper number message is remove this government. This is the message. This is a toxic government. They gotta go. Tell your people in the villages, this government has to go. This is the message.
What's if you're madongo?
Mm.
Oh man, you know, Pachilenka Lipasan. I go to the Marriott. I tell some Marriott. That's why if you're
not Marriott, Zalomes Vale Pingira Mazambian. Ingawakake chitenge chakwa shani tukakukata. Lesa Yotola Bamangala Zalomis.
Like seriously, this is to lay a second, but I think from it's we are not supposed to be laughing about some of these things that are happening.
I know what you are. If you follow me, I've been warning this woman.
Save us from that laughter,
But I've always been warning her. You can bear me witness. Just retire. No, but how can you retire? Umwana wenu akaba kuchimboka era kumukobeko because that's where her life is leading. Uri omwana waba mwangala Zalomisi life yako ile sonta kumukobeko maximum prison murder oko ile sonta lesani Marioto la bale pingana abale pingira abana abene ufitenge kyatuka mikaka lelo mwana wenu she's mukobeko bound. I rest my case.
But anyway, we'll leave it up. I'll leave it for now. But really, I think when people are discussing these things, we need to be very objective. This issue of association, where you're exempted from certain things and we stop.
You know, Vampaso, I want to be very stern with you. We are beyond discussion. These people gotta go.
Exactly. No,
when these people gotta go, this is our message. Kuya bebele.
Exactly. No, what I mean is there are people who just come in and Bambokshta argue. It's like with them everything is okay.
We'll delete them. We don't have time. Inga bali mukawotolo badiek baleria bale kuta. Na mwana ko Livingstone you got tractor bamupera contract for 2 million. Tractor ka 200,000. Yeah? A tractor for 200,000 was awarded a contract for 2 million, so 1.8 million ilikwisa ilimuitumba. So our one they become 1.8 million mumatumba. What can they say?
That's not criminal. Then this free education issue I can put me just before I go now. People, you know, this government just has to go. I was talking to a certain teacher just 2 days ago with this issue of them being given salt. Salt was the first consignment in some of the schools being given, in case other people do not know. Then the next thing was the beans. Na food wa beans. Food wa chinchi wa kwenpo mchwemba na ipeswa. It has tomadoyos. So people are even afraid to use it because valetina no udeko. Then you see abantu bese mkulande. So these are the same leaders that we have right now. I think as people, let's continue telling people we need to vote. Come August 2026, whoever will stand, as long as it's not these people, let's vote for them. And let's vote and them out. Because even so, they beans na ibola. Abana balalia sort. These are stories that are actually there. In case some of us may not know. These are stories. When people lie to us, let's know the truth. Because it's only when we know the truth that we'll be able to face it and do and spread the right things.
Are you talking about boarding school? Are you talking about boarding school? Or
no, these are primary schools. So what they were saying they're implementing feeding programs in primary schools in line with their free education. So what has happened is they've given, they were saying we are giving food so that children can be eating, children can have this purported free education. So most of the schools that have received this, they said by giving them salt. Then, salt yaikala, they gave them beans. But wala beans, in some schools, they've given them cooking oil. But remember, these government schools were not built to have proper kitchens where they can actually cook. So what do? They have to engage the PTA and the families and parents to start cooking. How many schools have cooked? Very few schools have been cooking. So I'm a beans ayari bola. Like there's a school right now, Kawe Central Province, somewhere, where it beans ayari bola. So the teachers actually came up with an initiative. They said, no, as we speak right now, that beans is still there, not to do you. And they are afraid to even report. So these are primary schools further, not boarding schools. And someone is here who try and educate us about this free education, which is just for madongo.
This is funny. Free education yakulisha bana binzi.
Yes, that's what is there. You know, I thought it was just one school because, as I'm saying, sometimes when you talk, you try to find out more. When you get this information from people who are actually receivers or who are supposed to receive. So when you go to Kabwe district, we won't mention schools, but just Kabwe district. This is where this information, and otherwise that is just a selected few because you've got people that you can ask and people that can tell you these stories because probably you live with them, probably you're in the same neighborhood, these are your friends, these you work with, you know. So they will tell you. So all these things, because these schools do not have even things to cook from. Parents because these teachers were not employed to be cooking for 500 these same purported free education end users, you know. So this Fiaribola, as I'm saying, Fiaribola, not at Fiaribola.
Thank you, Vampad. So I think Baroch, you came next. Your comments, please. Welcome, Donoska, Chichi Girl, and Dalisa. Welcome. Baroch Simon, any comments?
Thank you so much, Mommy. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, thank you for joining us. Baroch is not ready. Chichi Girl, your comments on the latest development. Donoska, welcome.
I can pass it on. I'm a child up with
Okay, but Dalisa, you want to come in?
Regarding
wefiri fyonse Ifilechitika muchalo kabiri nafifula so nga mulepa kuti mwananda pali body pali ashiria mada or pali ashiria kuzedenesi fake ID. If you are not ready, then Donoska, Father, please, the floor is yours.
Let me just say something here.
Okay.
Let me focus Paliashidia Mad. In accordance to how we got enraged about that issue.
So, but Dali, so before you go ahead, muchinje chinsonga chinso chenwi chomubike pwaka dodi ero nation alienu muchinje po because abantu wale konka and lock your profile. Yeah. It's not. It's a serious. Yeah.
Before I say anything.
Yes. Kafumye ni muchinje chin so muchena lock profile so that nangubaisa mkumifoya tabemishiwe. Apakubika fieshina mwabika fenangwati ni mwewe ba mudenda or pumulo or something. Confuse your enemy.
All right.
Donoska, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, Pumulo. Good evening, everybody on the platform. There is a lot of things to talk about indeed. If you have just opened the floor, there's a lot of things to talk about. But I would restrict myself to comment on the murder case of Madame Zalomis, and I don't know whether it's the boyfriend or the husband, I don't know. But all I know is Z Farmer, very well known lady, Z Farmer, and I never knew that she was Madame Zalomi's daughter. I never knew that. Now I've just realized that she's Madame Zalomi's daughter. Now that murder case, we just urge the police to be professional because these cases, they'll come back. If the police are not going to be professional on these cases, the way they judged ECL, they judged ECL per incuriam. I'd like to remind the Zambian people on this word. It's a Latin word, it's a Latin law word. Per incuriam, which means they did not take care, they did not judge carefully. So it doesn't matter the government, the European government have used this, the lawyers under the European government or the judges under the European government have used this per incuriam to go back and reverse the judgment of an old case. So this case here on Madame Zalomis, we urge the police to be professional. When there is a murder case suspicion, the first stance of the police is to arrest all the people who are suspected, all of them. Because the ones who are going to select to say this one is guilty, this one is innocent, it's not the police, it's the judges. So when there is a suspect, umuntu waipayo umuntu, vesasapanganda pala PFS vaipusha mwe vaipanganda mwalimu fako umuntu wali mupate vasamsenda teni polisi for interrogation. Efo chima mawasta interrogate limbiwaka vaitana mbamulandu gawambu kupingulwa limbiwaka vaitana kukoti. They can call them at the courts of law for interrogations and investigations. So Madame Zalomis must be arrested, put in cells pending investigations to determine whether it is her who finished the boy, or it is the gate man who finished the boy, or it is the boyfriend of Madame Zalomis who finished the boy. This is the courts of law who are going to determine. The courts of law are going to determine who did what. But when there is a murder case, the suspects must be apprehended, taken into custody to allow investigation. Because if Madame Zalomis is left free, she might cancel the evidence at home. They can even tamper with the evidence. Here, professional police, what they do when there is this case, they have to arrest, they have to circle the place where that incident happened so that nobody should have access to it. Because that is called, we call it a crime scene. So a crime scene, even the farm of Madame Zalomis was supposed to be closed today. Yesterday, actually. Their house was supposed to be surrounded with that red ribbon. You remember that red ribbon that they surrounded a crime scene? Yes. So the house of Madame Zalomis was supposed to be surrounded with that red ribbon, out of access. The farm was supposed to be surrounded. Everything was supposed to be blocked because that area was supposed to be declared a crime scene. You declare the crime scene so that nobody is going to tamper and cancel the evidence. That's how it is. So now, if, as I'm saying today, if the house of Madame Zalomis, where they said that that guy had to enter and wanted to steal, if that house has not been secured by police, that is what we call a lacuna. And in professional investigations, well, you cannot tolerate such a thing because then everything is going to be distorted. So, the house of Madame Zalomis, yesterday, it was supposed to be blocked. No access. No access maybe to the farm place as well, or even the farm was supposed to be secured, out of, sealed, yes, thank you very much. The house or the farm were supposed to be sealed, out of bounds, pending investigations. In Europe, scientific police were supposed to come with white overalls, white garments, to take fingerprints, to take any research. If a dog maybe has beaten the dead body, the dog was supposed to be checked on. Everything. So, we ask them to be professional. We are going to remind them on this one. The crime scene has been left free, which is a very serious mistake in the process of investigations. I am not a police officer, but what I'm saying is what we see. If you just want to go and search on Google, what happens when there is a crime, a murder case, the first stages everywhere, anywhere in the world, is to seal the crime scene, the crime zone. Then, if it was me and I was the UPND advisors, I would have advised even the mother to Zaromis to leave office, to stay home, assist the daughter into this crime, which is a very, very serious crime. Second, you remember Madam Mumbipili is Honorable Mumbipili. Honorable Mumbipili was suspected. Honorable Mumbipili was suspected to have engaged herself into. Am I audible?
I'm live on TikTok. Yeah, I'm live on TikTok.
No.
Yes.
Can anybody hear me? No.
Okay. I can hear you. I just received a call.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, nobody was confirming. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, now,
No, I can hear you too, Father.
Thank you very much. So, Honorable Mumbipiri, for suspicion, she was arrested and arrested together with somebody for murder case. It was a suspected murder. So, on Honorable Mumbipiri, she was picked and put behind bars pending investigations. So, Honorable Mumbipili was going to the courts of law for interrogation, but she used to stay into the police cell or even into the prison. I don't know, especially where they put her, but Honorable Mumbipili was behind bars. Almost 1 year. She stayed behind bars for almost 1 year. After 1 year, Honorable Mumbipili was declared innocent. Or they entered Nole, I don't know whatever they entered, whether it was Nole or she was declared that she was innocent. So if Honorable Mumbipili was picked immediately because she was at a crime scene, listen me carefully here. If Honorable Mumbipiri was picked because she was at a crime scene, why can't this government pick Madame Zalomis, because she is even in the video interrogating the young boy, and the young boy is telling the Madame Zalomis, please, I can't. It's like George Floyd. I can't breathe. Please, okay, you have tightened me so fast. How I feel, that word was painful. So now, if Honorable Mumbipili was behind bars without being judged, she was not judged. She was just under investigations. She was behind bars. For this reason, we ask the police. I'm not going to ask Hamonga because Hamonga is just a police, is just a spokesperson. But we ask the police officers, those who are professional, please do what is the right. You know, in this world, the only person who has immunity is President Hakainde Hichilema. You, our dear police officers, our investigating wing, we love you. You have families. You have a life to live, and you have no immunity. Why can't you learn for the past what has happened to your colleagues? Do the right thing. So, for me, Madam Zalomis is supposed to be was supposed to be behind bars yesterday, not today. Yesterday she was supposed to be behind bars. What she's still waiting for, I don't know myself. And what the police are waiting for, instead of arresting Madam Zalomis, I don't understand. So even the small boy, why me, did not even kill a person. The whole people around that young man, the whole people, they went even up to Zimbabwe to follow the young man. But Madam Zalomis is seen at a murder case crime. On this point, I live there. So I come to the question of the son of President Hakainde Hichilema being enrolled in Zambia National Service. I had a discussion with the UPND this morning, and I was just telling them I have nothing against any president who would like his children to work in a civil servant. As a civil servant, I have no grudge. I have no interest myself. The only thing is that I thought President Hakainde Hichilema, when he was speaking to the Zambian people, he was telling the truth. This is what I thought. He is on record. The President of the Republic of Zambia is on record saying, my children are fortunate because I have put aside some enough funds so that my children cannot work in the civil service. I have decided this as a parent so that I can leave room for the young people, the university students, corporate students, the cadres to go and work in these places. So my children are fortunate enough and they don't deserve to work as civil servant. Now, me, I believe that the president was saying the truth. Indeed, I believed. Until when we heard that Tabu Kawana was saying, well, no, the son of our president, the second son of our president, has qualified in the training and he is an officer, now is a second lieutenant. So me, I was shocked. I don't know what to think. I don't know where this country is going, because if this has happened on the son of our President Hakainde Hichilema, what came into my mind is this. I asked myself many questions and I said, how many things has this government done which they have not informed the people? How many things? And then Tabu Kawana went on saying, no, we did not enroll him using his original names, so we gave him a different name. Now, that is a very serious case also. Impersonification. Impersonification is it's a criminal offense, actually. If I sign under where there is the face of Madame Pumulo Stumbeko, and I sign myself, and I say, I know the signature of Madame Stumbeko, so I'm going to sign. Then they discover that I am not Madame Stumbeko. That is fraud. That is fraud. And fraud is a serious offense. So, Tabu Kawana the confirmation and the information that he gave to the country. I can also ask Watawakawana, why can't he resign? Why is he waiting for before he can resign from that position? Because there's nothing honorable in doing such type of a noble job, telling the Zambian people a lie, or justifying a crime, because forging a name, it's a crime. How do you justify that? No, we did it for a purpose, to forge the name of the son of our president. We are being embarrassed every day that passes by. We are not going to talk about it too much of South Africa. Every day is embarrassment. Finish it while what have we done wrong? Why can't this government listen to the people? If they listen to the people, these mistakes, which are very embarrassing mistakes, they are not going to be committed. What have we done as a country? We do not deserve this injustice. We do not deserve this injustice. So, my last word is to encourage the opposition political parties, please do not divide yourselves. For the sake of the Zambian people, look at how the Zambian people are suffering. Look at the incidents in Mufumbwe. Look at the incidents in Pika, in Kawe. Look at the incidents now in Likumbiliamize. You have heard of the fracas at Likumbiliamize. Look at all these incidences. And please, for the sake of the country, to preserve or to conserve the one Zambia, one nation, do the right thing. Choose a person that is going to respond to the many interrogations of the Zambian people. The Zambian people need a new leadership. That one everyone now has understood. Zambians need new leadership in 2026.
Honest leadership. Thank you, Don Oscar, Father Oscar. Yes.
Thank you very much.
So that's Don Oscar there calling from Italy. Don Oscar, what is your take on Kasonde Mwenda's sudden end of his aspirations to be president? Because we saw last Wednesday, Kasonde Mwenda was being blessed by Honorable Given Katuta for his presidential aspirations, but today, Kasonde Mwenda's dreams have been killed overnight, just like that. And just to summarize, just to summarize,
just a political move. The government of Zambia, the UPND has just played politics on this leader, on Kasonde Mwenda. Not only in Kasonde Mwenda, maybe they will do it on other political opponents. According to my observation or to my analysis, my psychological analysis, I would say that the UPND is very scared. They have nothing to compete with any politician and any opposition political party. And that is why they are using the police. Even you, Pomulos Tumbeko, there is no minister who can compete with you on grounds of a sincere debate. So they would use words, threatening words, we will arrest you, we will do this. These are the only things. I can challenge anyone here, any member of parliament to come on this platform to have a conversation. They are scared. They can never come here. I can challenge anyone, even Tabukawan. I will challenge him. He come on this platform. We have a cordial conversation, and the Zambian people, they can judge between us and Tabukawan on this, not on ZNBC, no, on your platform or on the platform of Mount Mwamba. I think the UPND are very much scared. they are scared because they have messed up a lot of things. And,
their lives have catch up. Their lives have caught up.
The program has evaporated. It is disappeared. Where they wrote it is maybe Mamatero has stolen the temple program. I think so.
Mamatero.
We have to ask Mamatero.
Mamatero vali ba 10-point plan yaba UPND. Anyway, Chichi girl, you are next. Yeah, na ikabalero. Number achani ba father ilili ashiria chitumbi. Have you seen the trending story? So they have 3 machita UPND. When there's something hot, they bring in another hot issue to kind of cover up this alleged murder case and the alleged forgery of 2 privileged children of people in corridors of power. We have on this hand, the son's president is allegedly has a forgery case on his head. This is what we are looking.
Yes.
I'm saying allegedly.
Yes.
So allegedly, we have the son of a president who has a case of forgery looming on his head. And then on the other hand, we have the daughter of ECZ chair, who is now allegedly should have been picked up like yesterday for murder. Because her house was the crime scene, she was in the video, and somebody died. But we have like Waimi who was pursued for just insults. Pakabamu, they broke even international laws to go and bring Waimi instead of Sheka. Look at JJ Banda urinating in somebody's mouth. They had to go after JJ, bring an old case. Because he named some of them were named in his abduction. So instead of Zambia police again, but Jack Mwimbu na Barea Monga, shame on you. You shall go down in a Zambian history as the worst police officers to ever man Zambia police. I will say this again. Mulengu faba Jack Mwimbu, fiafine JJ Banda Chilalanda. I will call your name 3 times. Bajak Mwimbu na Roha Monga. You will go down in history as Zambia's worst people to ever run the Zambia police. Without shame, you continue to fail us. Without shame, you continue to practice selective justice. Don't you see what's going to happen to you when you leave power? Because you are not from a kingdom where the power you are enjoying here is because of a vote. So that vote, you have only 9 months to do whatever to fix your wrongs. Otherwise, this same law will come after you. You cannot be sweating. But Jack Mwimbu Mabu Karero, Kula Panga statement, you go after JJ Banda. Go after Medarazi. JJ Banda, you are going after him because he named people who are working in your government. For shame. For shame. Mwangala Zalomis, go and pick her. Rapumu Yomwana. Uria Maria Zalomis, go and pick her like yesterday. Show the real of lawyer Mtuanga Yonse. No tukula leta ma story aya ichitumbi chala onaika. So what? Someone is dead. What do you expect? The body to decompose. And we know that the body was embalmed properly. It can stay for decades. So stop these beings of bringing stories to distract us. Don Oscar, the floor is yours.
Nangu ichitumbi chala onaika. Apopo tufikile. Anyway. Only our Ichirimbiaba primary school under free education yaba UPND even go for kwa Mariashi. No more for us and video kaunda if we don't listen to this matrix to
Don Oscar.
Yes, Yako.
Aba ichebashino shubabomba na my internet. Ulela and they are googling what you are saying to fact check you.
Yes.
My grandson, he's 11 years old. My grandson, You know, he teaches himself. He knows things I don't know. Why? Ulela so. He even tells me, Grandma, let's just check the internet. We'll find the answer. So you can't lie to anybody.
Yeah, so the case of the body of ECL, the European government, they are correct. The body might be in a bad state at the moment, for sure. And for that reason, I'll think differently myself. For that reason, I hope the family of ECL can they make a request to the Concord in South Africa so that that body will never be seen by any other person because it's in a bad state. But the time to bury that body, that indication should come from the South African Concord. And knowing how this case is very high profile now, when the case, by the way, you the followers, when the case goes to the Concord, maybe not to the Zambian Concord, but when we are talking about the South African Concord, it's going to be professional. The judgment will be professional. The Constitutional Court of South Africa cannot betray what the Constitution states. So they will attend to what is enshrined in the South African Constitution. This time they are not going to quote the Zambian protocols, a protocol for burying a president. That is a Zambian protocol. The case in Bloemfontein, where it is going to be now, very close to Cape Town, the case will be judged basing on what is written, what is contained in the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. And you and me, and even today, if you want, Google on the Constitutional Court of South Africa what it states on regarding the dead body. You will see that the widow has the right, or the next of kin has the right of decision. And so the question, I think, would be where to decide. If they say, well, you can choose where to decide, myself, I would just advise the family, the Lungu family, at this point in time, to just bury South Africa and bring the funeral to Petauke. They go to greet the chiefs, and that's it. Because there is no honor at this point in time. There is no honor in bringing the body of Lungu to Zambia. There is no honor. And the honor was there. The honor, the dignity. When we talk about dignity, the honor and dignity was to allow ECL to have medication. That is where the honor is. The honor and dignity. After death, there is no honor after death. There should be just some sort of protocols. Just some sort of protocols. When you say, well, on the funeral, we want Bomulos Tumbeko to say a word, that's a protocol. Mm-hmm. But the honor is, if I'm crying today, I give you an example. I come and knock on your door, Bomulos Tumbeko. I knock on your door. Then you deny me entry. I say, Pumulo, I'm very hungry. Please, can you give me a piece of bread? I knock once, twice, 3 times. This is the story in the Bible. It's a story in the Bible. Even if I come at midnight, for the sake of you chasing me away, you might give me some bread so that I can run away, I can go away. But if you chase me and on the road I'm beaten or I die because of hunger, or I die because of thirsty, and there is no honor tomorrow for you to come and say, let me bury you. There is no honor. The honor is when, and Jesus Christ says this, a widow comes, knock on the door, can you please pray? Please, I want justice. Please, I want justice for my son. Please, I want justice for my son. It's a widow knocking at the judge. Please, I need justice for my son. And the judge answers.
Okay, Don Oscar, we lost your sound there. So, yeah. So, Bachichi girl, I think you can close us out. We are here. Thank you about Facebook. We have almost 200 people watching on Facebook. So, they are listening in. They are engaged. It's been a wonderful night. And I would just like to echo what Don Oscar, my father, has said. Bachichi, you can wrap it up. So I don't think there is a threat of the body decomposing. I think this is propaganda. If there is a threat, that is a confidential document. The mortuary cannot release such sensitive information out in the public. And if they do release it, it will go directly to the family. So I think this whole thing of talking about decomposing of ECL's body is another propaganda to shut down this alleged murder and alleged forgery cases of these two privileged individuals that is breaking in Zambia. So let us disregard, this is my opinion, I feel we should disregard this story about the decomposing body because this is a very confidential matter and it doesn't belong anywhere to where people should be discussing. Again, people creating such a story is also mockery. This mockery we are saying. We continue to say this UPND government and their supporters, they will stop at nothing in mocking and humiliating this family, you know. Even if you see entirely what he wrote in his page, like he could have used better words to describe what is going on, but there is a tone of mockery and humiliation of the former first family. It is all propaganda to bury the real story apart of an alleged murderer now being shielded and the forgery case which is just coming open to the Zambians. So Mama Chichi, you can close us out as we I think we rest. We've had a long day, our heads are spinning. We'll be here again tomorrow. I think tomorrow is Thursday, so I'll be here at 20 hours live because Honorable Mwamba doesn't come live on Thursday. So tomorrow we'll be here at 20 hours live because Honorable Mwamba comes on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So on the days that is not coming in, I will be here at 20 hours tomorrow. Mama Chichi, you can close us out.
Thank you, Madam President. For me, I think you've all spoken what the right words are in terms of describing the issues that we have at hand. For Maria Zalomis, I think, like Don Oscar put it, he needed to be behind bars because she was within the proximity of the crime, and he has rightly put it. Everything there is a crime scene, so it was supposed to be seized in a way. For where there is proper investigation, forensic investigation, we're supposed to be doing that. But because we're in a country where first you shishika the mlandu before you start investigating. So that's why we are where we are. But it's unfortunate because there's a life which is lost here. We are not thinking about the life, the family of the boy whose life has been lost, but we're thinking about the life of this person whose mother is the ECZ chairperson. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. But there's a God up there who knows and who understands everything. And I always say the wrath of God should visit those people and let them be dealt with. That's all I pray for. Jack Mwimbu and his ranting, it's unfortunate. JJ Banda Kodyu Gashkulu, I think you've outgrown your thinking. Go back to Monze, whether on your farm, and sit down and leave room for the young ones to think for you, because right now you've outlived your issue. You can't start issue statement of going to go after a person who has repeatedly mentioned the people who abducted him, and you want to go after him and go and arrest him. What crime has he committed? What crime has he committed? What new evidence do you have in JJ Banda case that you want to just go after him, like you did for Waimi, a boy, small boy, who, because all of you, he knew each and every one what you are doing. That's the only crime that Waimi did, because he was exposing all of you. And because you didn't want to be exposed, you followed him up and brought him back to Zambia. Shame on you. Shame on you. Let's live in a country where you leaders should accept accountability. When people put you on to say we are holding you accountable, you accept that. You become leaders. Right now you 5 years you want to come and plead for a vote so that we give you votes. When you go into those, we don't want you to hold you accountable. Shame on you. No integrity. Maria Monga, I addressed you this morning or this afternoon, and I told you that you should go and sit down and ask yourself, if you have any sense of humor in you at all, ask yourself, what are the ethics of police service, if at all it's a service? And look at those issues and apply them. If those things tomorrow they'll be applied on you, the things that you are doing today, if they'll be applied on you, what are you going to do? And these voices that you are shutting up not to speak for you, of Kasonde Mwenda, of Binwa Mpundu, of Munia Zulu, of anyone who's talking, you need these voices. At that time when you need these voices talking now, we'll remind you to say, what did you tell us? Noisemakers. Empty things. So at that time, we would probably become empty things because we will not be making noise. We will keep quiet because we don't want to be empty things in perpetual. You are a shame to the humanity. Let's talk about this issue of forgery. But Avokawana, the whole civil servant, shame on you. Shame on you. It's unfortunate you is the only PS that I hear speak. Most PSs, I don't hear them, except with this other Teta Mashimba girl. They're the only two PSs I hear. Yapping. Nonsense. Nothing is coming out from you. Nothing sensible comes out of your mouth. Supporting injustices, supporting impunity against the rule of law. You should be ashamed. It's unfortunate that Patrick Kangwa has allowed Watabukawana to take himself like that. The days I knew of Ronald Musiska, the days I knew of who's this man? Ifilechitika. By now, this man would have been told to resign. Those are the days when civil service was professional. You cannot state yourself, putting yourself in politics the way he's doing. Anyone who politically exposed themselves to say, I'm a politician, they were told to resign. I know a number of people. There's a victim, Mukonka, One time he was the director of public health in Ministry of Health. The time he expressed the interest to go and stand as MP in Monze, he was told to resign from civil service. Because civil service is for people who are professional, who uphold the ethics, the code of conduct of civil service. But we now, civil service, nice. And that's why we can have a person like Tabakawana say, no, we allowed. Now imagine how many people have been employed with fake papers in civil service right now, with fake qualifications, with fake NRCs. How many are they? Pretending to work. Meanwhile, doing what? Doing nothing. Getting monies. You go and get a contract of $10,000. You go and supply something for $2 million, and you call yourself, I'm fighting corruption, Mr. President. You tend not to understand or to hear these things. It's unfortunate. Or you are doing a blind ear to such kind of things because you are not concerned. Come next year, when you are removed out of power, I'm sure you are going to say, is this what was happening? Yes, this is what is happening. And we've told you, but you decided not to listen. Madam, can you even talk about Chitumbi and all that? Today, that's when Bishop John Mambo is talking about reconciling government and whatever. Nonsense is that. Where has it been all this time? Eating, and then today you want to come and say, no, the government and the family should reconcile, and that's Barry Rungu in whatever. You've been quiet all along. You come and tell us that kind of a thing. Shame on you, all of you. But Emenda today has issued a statement to say, no kada or no one should speak about the funeral of ECL. Today.
Ah, Navena, why should they stop us? Now, Apena.
No, he's talking about his own people, not you and me.
Okay.
Are we UPND? We're not UPND, Madam President. That's we're in our own world.
Okay.
He's talking about his people that his cadres should not talk about the ECL or barrier, looking at the suspension of this and that and that. He's telling his cadres, or she's telling his cadres, I don't know whether it's a he or she. He can't tell me. Because they've really done a lot of damage. The mental health of the Lungu family. And then today, after all the damage, all the nonsense that you've done, today that's when you come and tell your cadres to shut up.
Too late for mama. It's too late for mama. Too late for mama.
Bakambalet. So these are some of the issues and whatever.
Yeah.
And if I were Mr. President, I would have told my son to say, my son, stay away from this. Because the
Forgery.
The moral of the story is what I emphasize on. You said it to say, my children cannot be in government. And 2 days after they pass out, you are a lieutenant. Huh? Was that the level that was employed to say you were employed at the level of a lieutenant?
Apopene na batoroka kali nani kanishonse.
Madam, did they employ them to say we are employing officers or they employed cadets?
Takwava muma service you have to start from the bottom. No baina torokela shani mulaini.
Are issues that we're talking about. We're holding you accountable for things that we're doing wrong.
Call a stinking corruption here, Chilanda JJ. These people, they are stinking corruption.
and you know the thing that we are stupid. We don't
JJ Nalan, that these people, they are stinking corruption.
It's unfortunate. You know, sometimes when you sit down and you ask yourself to say,
stinking corruption.
We have to
let somebody chapochimo.
There you go.
Pauti na praising au yo wale lumba madoda na bachepa kwa bale tukana na maseri hapa. baingira mofe pali umonale but I'm praising but imada case yena bafide bachitapo chimo vale isoka mess praising analemba palombani madoda nalemba atame praising but I case ya mada case yena let them do the right thing. And thank you for everybody. We are here to cover my Lopano 20 hours because EMV is not live tomorrow. It's Thursday, right? So I'll be here 20 hours. And we continue to armor on the alleged murder and the alleged forgery cases. Paka
Tomorrow, by the time you wake up, madam, there'll be something to
tukalalunda pofye. Yes, we shall continue. Fiance multitasking to aliwela ku America we multitask. Tatwa kwatana baka na ama house help kuno. We don't have house help. We do it all. Waya tulefia ni waisa koropa washa wa ipika. We are multitaskers kuno. Twali niko sanga walikosa. So it's bring it on, baby. So tomorrow we shall wake up and face whatever will come, and we will add on to the list. Ninkwatane book. I told you nshire yanga nalista nama notebook haya to track everything. Ndelemba. I write notes every day. Nabika date so that I am tracking everything. Come 2026. Na Facebook ile sunga data. So Facebook is keeping the data, keeping these videos. That's why we keep coming here. Or Facebook will actually delete my videos. So that's why we are saying TikTok won't say, please make sure you have a YouTube account. So all the YouTube videos, they are on YouTube. So isuleni ama YouTube and subscribe to Queen Pumi on YouTube. Because there the videos are permanent. Pa Facebook bali ambokisha delete. So we just transfer it from Facebook, then we post on YouTube. But see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for everybody. Chichi girl, last words, Baroki, last words we go.
Oh, madam, I submit for whatever I've said. The other stuff, I'll not talk about it. I'll talk to you about it outside coverage area.
Okay. In the land of AI, could you Peter? In the land of AI. In Jupiter. Yes. So thank you guys. Love you guys. One Zambia, one nation. We shall make it. Lesare Tulanga. There is a reason why this